Hi, thanks for stopping by to watch me, Leah, cook kosher. Today I want to show you another thing to make with my yeasted sweet dough. It's the same dough we use to make our chocolate babka, our cinnamon walnut babka, and other fun yeasted items. I'm going to show you how to make cinnamon rolls. All you're going to need to make the cinnamon rolls is a batch of the yeasted sweet dough, some butter or margarine to melt so we can brush it over the dough, and then we'll follow that up with a sprinkle of cinnamon and sugar and powdered sugar to make a little bit of a glaze at the end to give it that nice little sweetness. It's so simple. Let me show you how. So you're going to take your dough and let's just give it a little bit of a flattening out. And then we're going to take our rolling pin and we're going to roll from right to left, and then we're going to start rolling out this way. You can hear the air bubbles popping as you go. Yeast dough needs to relax, so you see that little pulling back. We don't have to rush this. We want that dough to relax because we want to be able to push and pull it as we need it. Looks like we're going for a rectangle that's about, I don't know, 18 by 10 inches or so. Now if you have more dough, you can make a larger cinnamon roll. It's not necessary to use very much flour on the countertop because we want the dough to stick as we roll. If it has too much flour, it'll just lift up and pull back. So I'm just going to go ahead and dip my pastry brush into the melted margarine, and I'm going to put an even coat, but I'm going to leave this last ½ inch or so, that's the furthest away from me, without any butter on it. And the rest of this we're going to brush pretty liberally. And then we're going to sprinkle with cinnamon and sugar. We'll have that already mixed up before you start. That way there you don't have to walk away from your dough because, of course, the yeast dough is rising the longer you take. So that's pretty well coated with cinnamon and sugar. I'm going to roll away from me to start this going. And we're going to just see me lifting and pulling it because I want these to be rolled pretty snug. Otherwise, the cinnamon roll itself will be full of air around the rolls of dough. So giving it a little bit of a tug, and then I'm just going to roll it up to the end, lift, and give it a little bit of a pinch. I'm going to roll it back towards me, and now maybe I want the diameter to be a little bit bigger. So I'm just pushing it back together. Have a nice shape like that. I'm going to take my serrated knife and I'm going to cut 1 inch, 1½ inch pieces like so. What also works well is a piece of string. You can just put it under the roll and pull and it'll cut right through that very evenly. Next best thing, a serrated knife. I've got a little bit of an end there, but that's okay. That's the part I always bake off for myself. Okay, so when you stand these up, you have your little cinnamon rolls. So again, if you want, you can use more dough and roll it out even bigger and you'll get a much bigger round. Since I've only made a few cinnamon rolls, I'm going to make this in a round pan, give it a little bit of a spray, and we just arrange these into the pan. And we're going to take a nice little tea towel, cover them up so they stay nice and warm. Take about 45 minutes until they're almost double in bulk. Okay, now we have my beautiful cinnamon rolls. And also, if you're a raisin lover or a nut lover, you go ahead. When you roll those up, put in raisins, put in nuts, whatever you like. Meanwhile, what I like is a simple glaze of powdered sugar and soy milk, and you just mix it to a consistency that'll spread. You don't want to do it when they're way too hot, otherwise it'll just melt and run down the bottom. But anyways, just slather a little bit on. I mean, I love it, but everybody's watching their sugar. But just a little bit on top, it gives it a sweet touch. Yum. And every last bit out of there. All right. These are my favorite.